It was barely 7:15 a.m. when Daniel Reyes, a weary-eyed single father, stood in front of a towering glass building in downtown Chicago. In one arm he held a creased folder containing his resume, a handwritten note from his daughter tucked inside. In the other, he clutched a paper bag lunch she had made for him that morning, peanut butter and jelly, the only thing they had left. Today was his first day at his new job, a janitorial position he had fought hard to get after months of rejection, skipped meals, and sleepless nights worrying about rent. His daughter, Lily, only 7, had kissed his cheek and whispered, "Make a friend today, Daddy." Her voice echoed in his heart as he tried to ignore the ache in his back and the hole in his shoe. He was determined to rebuild their lives, one step at a time. So, when he stepped through the revolving doors of Whitmore Enterprises, he inhaled deeply and nodded to himself, "Today, everything changes." But within minutes, Daniel's world tilted. Lost in the maze of high-tech hallways, unfamiliar elevators, and corporate energy he hadn't felt in years, Daniel tried to find the janitorial office but ended up opening the wrong door, one with sleek lettering that read, "Ethan Whitmore, CEO." He froze. Inside, a tall man in an immaculate navy suit looked up from his laptop. The office was warm, inviting, with floor-to-ceiling windows that flooded the room with golden morning light. It was a scene Daniel would never have imagined for himself. He stood there, heart pounding, embarrassed and ready to apologize, when the man smiled. "Looks like you're a little early," the CEO said kindly, standing. "But, you're not one of my usual morning meetings." First day. Daniel opened his mouth, then closed it, heat rushing to his cheeks. I'm sorry, sir. I'm the new janitor. I must have taken a wrong turn." Instead of the cold dismissal he expected, the CEO stepped forward and extended his hand. "Well, welcome. I'm Ethan Whitmore. And you are?" "Daniel. Daniel Reyes." Ethan nodded. "It's good to meet you, Daniel." Then, to Daniel's complete shock, Ethan walked over to a small kitchenette and poured 2 cups of coffee. "You hungry?" he asked, motioning to a tray of bagels. "First days are rough. Sit." Daniel hesitated, stunned. He felt wildly out of place, but something in Ethan's voice was genuine, not pitying, but human. So Daniel sat. They talked for 15 minutes. Daniel, still in his janitor's uniform, shared little bits about his daughter, the job hunt, and how grateful he was just to have work again. Ethan didn't ask invasive questions, didn't flinch at Daniel's rough hands or worn shoes. Instead, he listened, truly listened. Just as Daniel stood to leave, he apologized again. "I didn't mean to bother you, sir. I'll find my way down now." But Ethan tilted his head thoughtfully. "Actually, stay with me." Daniel blinked, confused. "What do you mean?" Ethan smiled. "I've been looking for someone like you. Not for a janitorial role. For something different." And just like that, the course of Daniel's life changed. By noon, Daniel had a new badge clipped to his shirt, this time labeled, Facilities Supervisor Assistant. Ethan had walked him downstairs personally, introduced him to HR, and insisted on getting Daniel reassigned. "You're too smart to mop floors," he had said with conviction. "And I don't waste potential." Daniel felt like he was dreaming. The other staff whispered, confused but curious. Who was this janitor that the CEO escorted around like a VIP? Over the next weeks, Daniel proved Ethan right. He managed inventory with precision, solved logistical problems no one else wanted to touch, and offered quiet insights that streamlined building operations. He was kind to everyone, from the interns to the security guards, and never forgot a name. And he always went home with just enough time to make Lily dinner and read to her before bed. One evening, as they sat eating mac and cheese, Lily asked, "Daddy, did you make a friend?" Daniel chuckled, tousling her hair. "Yeah, baby. I think I did." But what neither of them knew was that Ethan had once been in Daniel's shoes. A decade ago, the CEO had been a broke young man, fired from 3 jobs, raising his little brother after their parents died. He, too, had opened the wrong door once, a supply closet, not an executive office, but someone had taken a chance on him. He never forgot it. And now, seeing Daniel, he recognized the same fight, the same quiet strength. Months passed. Daniel was promoted again, this time managing a team. He and Ethan occasionally shared coffee in the mornings, their conversations growing deeper, about family, mistakes, second chances. It wasn't charity. It was respect. Then one rainy Friday, Daniel got a call. Lily had collapsed at school. Panic surged through him as he rushed to the hospital. Tests. Wires. Waiting rooms. And finally, a doctor with heavy eyes saying the words Daniel feared most, leukemia. His world cracked open. Even with insurance, the bills were mounting. He didn't ask anyone for help. He worked longer hours, took a second night shift at a warehouse, barely slept. His face grew pale, his back ached worse than ever, but he never complained. Until one day, he collapsed in the company break room. When Ethan found out, he didn't waste a second. He showed up at the hospital, gently placed a hand on Daniel's shoulder, and said, "I know." Daniel tried to protest. "I can't ask. You didn't. But I will never watch someone carry the weight alone when I can help," Ethan said. Then, in a move that left Daniel speechless, he paid for Lily's treatment in full, quietly, with no press, no announcement. "Why?" Daniel asked, eyes red. "Why would you do this for me?" Ethan smiled softly. "Because you opened the wrong door, and changed everything." A year later, Lily danced into the Whitmore Enterprises holiday party in a sparkly blue dress, her hair grown back, cheeks full of life. She ran into Ethan's arms without hesitation. "Uncle Ethan," she grinned. He laughed, lifting her gently. "There's my star." Daniel stood beside them, his heart full. He didn't just get a job that day, he found hope, a friend, and a family when he least expected it. Sometimes, life doesn't need you to open the right door. Sometimes, you just need to walk through the one that opens. And if you're lucky, someone on the other side will smile and say, "Stay with me." Because in a world that often rushes past the struggling, a single act of kindness can build a bridge where there was once only a wall. And on the other side of that bridge, healing, redemption, and a future you never dreamed possible.